got a Sneska, my baby boo's out there with Chuck on my, we're reacting to...
An $8 billion city never got finished. But
Oh, I think I've heard of this.
And singer promised to build a $6 billion futuristic city that was sold like a real-life Wakanda. However, 5 years later, one single building has been built, and...
Look how cute his ducky is!
you want the duck?
Yes, that is like the cutest duck I've ever seen. Its head is so big.
If you look at it, it's like right next to your... It's like on your shoulder.
I go wanna hug the ducky.
Somehow, there's also a bunch of angry investors who lost everything in a failed cryptocurrency project. And this is all revolving this one building.
Oh no, she's religious. She's a religious
Akon's still
person.
alive, apparently, and he was scamming people out building... Look at the $6 billion building in Africa.
They should have made it like the bubble house.
I think that was what they were trying to go for.
So today we're going to take a look at what in the tomfoolery happened here, because it's safe to say we have quite the insane story to talk about today. And before we dive into what's wrong, it's worth understanding why people took this project seriously in the first place. You see, Akon isn't just some random celebrity making wild promises while throwing money around for publicity. He has a little bit of a track record for doing projects in Africa, which...
You know, this is the only time I've ever heard of him was because of this.
helped him get this contract to begin with. To go way back, he was born in Missouri and became a prominent name in the music industry after his single Locked Up gained popularity in 2004. However, although Akon is originally from Missouri,
I do not pay attention to any artists that are musicians, be it rap or otherwise. I don't listen to rap, so... But yeah, I only listen to like Japanese music, so that's why I would not know. Hell, I don't even... any kind of music I listen to, I don't really pay attention to the singers. Like, I don't pay attention to bands and junk. I think the only prominent one I can name off the top of my head is Creed. But other than that, yeah, no.
Never heard of this guy.
Yeah.
Buck has been part of his childhood in Senegal until he was 7 years old. So more than a lot of people, he has some firsthand experience of what life is like without basic infrastructure, like most of us honestly kind of take for granted. So because of this, growing up, he experienced what it was like living in complete darkness once the sun went down. No running water, no electricity, and no power grid. With local businesses shutting down at night, families were forced to use candles and kerosene lamps to get everything done, which was not only inconvenient, but dangerous as well. Moving forward, in 2014, after establishing himself in the music industry, Akon launched this project called Akon Lighting Africa, in which he proved that he could deliver significant benefits to these people, not only in the country that he grew up in, but also across the whole continent. And this is where things actually started to...
Okay, that sounds like he had good intentions, though. Curious how this is gonna end.
Get a little bit impressive, because just in the first year he brought solar energy to 14 different African nations. There were certainly critics who questioned various aspects of the project, especially its involvement with Chinese government-owned construction firms. But still, ultimately, it was the communities themselves that benefited the most. You see, solar electricity enabled vendors to operate longer hours, allowed kids to study after dark, and provided solar-powered streetlights, which in turn decreased crime rates due to increased visibility. So by 2016, Akon Lighting Africa had installed 100,000 solar-powered street lamps.
To be honest, I have nothing really against it. It really is all because of the lyrics. I don't care for any rap lyrics. They're all very trashy for the most part. That's my main issue with rap.
And 1,200 solar microgrids, creating more than 5,500 jobs in the process, and as a result, an estimated of 28.8 million people gain access to electricity due to his efforts. And obviously, that's not nothing. That's worth giving praise for, and it was this success that gave him the credibility to pitch his next very grand project. So when Akon announced he wanted to build an entire city, people listened. Following the success of the lighting project, Akon went on to this publicity tour in 2020, and during this, he announced this futuristic utopian city called Project Akon.
From what I understand, the president of Senegal gave you 3 square miles of land.
Well, this is the thing. I had to actually buy the land, so it wasn't gifted to me. What the president and the government are doing, they're actually laying the foundation for all the infrastructure. Like,
okay. So this guy had some good intentions, though, it sounds like. Now, the issue is, like, okay, did it basically become a money hole? Was he, I want to know, was he was he scamming or was he legit with this? Did he just get involved with the wrong kind of people? Did he bite off more than he could chew? I'm wondering.
The basic sewage, electricity, all the things that have to be set forth for me to build the city on top of. And they give me 100% full, support.
So it's going to include roads, a hospital,
Right.
houses,
Right.
hotels,
Hotels,
a police station,
Yeah.
a waste facility,
Yeah.
a school, and a solar power plant, of course.
Solar power plants, theme parks,
Theme parks.
all that.
Theme
Man,
parks,
boat
yeah,
docks.
that's important.
Eric
And it's called
Carmen.
Akon City.
It's the Akon City. Yeah. That's phase 1, though.
You see, the plan here was to build the city on a 3 square mile plot, approximately 60 miles from Dakar, or Senegal's capital. And even though 3 square miles might not sound huge, that's roughly 6 times the National Mall in Washington, D.C. And this was supposed to be, phase 1 of a multi-phase plan that would eventually expand much further. The renderings, honestly, kind of look promising. Modern skyscrapers here, futuristic architect, green spaces.
I really feel like he's definitely biting off more than he can chew.
Yeah, that was.
Honestly, everything you would expect from a city that's essentially being branded as like Africa's Dubai and the real life version of Wakanda. And the city was designed to have 5 distinct districts. You have this African village district that would feature modern waterfront homes and a sprawling, all-inclusive resort. Then you would have the entertainment district, which would house a cutting-edge, multi-purpose stadium.
Why would you have a casino? Okay. Resort and spa, casino, parking structure, a mall, multiple function stadium. Yeah, most of the stuff, actually all this stuff right here in this little area is completely unnecessary.
And a massive casino. Then you have the tech district that was supposed to become like the Silicon Valley of Africa, where groundbreaking technologies would emerge to help save the future. Then you would have the health and safety district that would provide essential services like police stations.
That one's an important one. Maybe that should be one that you should focus on first.
A general hospital.
The hospital, fire department, police station. I don't
It's
know.
like they just spat mud and just dropped none. That's how they made this.
Yeah. None of these structures, none of this looks, what's the word I'm looking for?
Stable.
Stable. Yeah.
Stations, fire departments, and a general hospital.
That
Then you would
does
have the
not-
education
no.
district that would offer comprehensive learning opportunities for children and adults. And finally, the Senwood district. That would be filming studios, offices, and residential spaces.
Why?
They're supposed to make a whole city out of this? I'm like...
All of this stuff is completely unnecessary, and also the designs are very impractical.
Yeah.
Topped off with the Akon Tower, which would rise above the whole skyline.
Where's the
But if that doesn't
factory of
sound bold
parts?
enough, there were some red
Good
flags that started
question.
waving on the horizon, because shortly after the announcement of this new project,
Where is the grocery stores?
Where's the Walmart?
Where's the Walmart? Okay, to be able to do this, you have to be big as Elon Musk to pull this off. Yeah, and even I don't think Elon Musk it takes forever to do something like this.
Akon also revealed that this city, it would operate with its own currency, or even better, it would operate with its own cryptocurrency called
No.
Akon. Akon was intended to be
Now you
a
see where
stellar-based
where we're going.
cryptocurrency.
Okay. What's the bets here? Okay, a sweet idea. They're too ambitious, as well as it sounding like he's being scammy with it too. He's trying to make money off of it too. Okay.
Specifically designed for African entrepreneurs. And as soon as you attach identity to money, you pretty much know it's a scam. It was pitched like it would serve as like a
go buy
more
Akon. Yeah,
stable
sure, go
common
ahead.
medium of exchange between Africa's 54 countries, many of which struggle with high volatile local currencies. And while that may be true, there's nothing like trying to combat volatile local currencies with a speculative low-cap crypto coin. Come on.
Yeah.
This has scam written all over it. That's just my opinion, though. And now, to be fair, Africa has a massive problem with banking. So using digital currencies and apps makes sense rather than traditional banking. But that doesn't mean that you go ahead and launch some low-cap coin and saying that it's going to be the currency of the city that hasn't even been built yet. That just comes across as a massive cash grab and scam. But just like basically everything else I cover here on this channel, it gets worse. Because before launching Akon on a major cryptocurrency exchange, Akon's team announced a campaign called Token of Appreciation. And this was treated like a donation drive where people could, I guess, get early Akon. So donors here, they were promised 4 Akons for every $1 they...
But something seems too good to be true.
I feel like there's every bad idea since 2020, it's just popped up.
All the bad ideas.
Spent. So when Akon finally launched on major crypto exchanges in early 2021, it peaked at about 58 cents per coin. And for the token of appreciation holders who bought it early, they made about 130% gain until, you know, the thing that always happens with these coins when it inevitably dumps. Yeah, it didn't take long. The price began spiraling down roughly to 10 cents per coin, and then the TOA holders went from like 132% gain to a 60% loss practically overnight. People were understandably very upset about this. But
I do not trust any of these. Like, even Bitcoin, it should not be valuable. Why? I want to. Someone explain to me, how does Bitcoin even have a value? Oh.
Good. Got auto-modded.
Hey, thanks. I like them potatoes. Welcome, welcome.
no fear, because Akon admins, they offered refunds to the initial donors. And when Akon was directly asked about these refund issues, this was his response.
Were you aware of that?
No, that I wasn't aware. Because I know all the people that I knew that was on record. We definitely met with everybody. And this was the agreement that was actually agreed on. So if there was anyone outside of that, I definitely wasn't aware.
And those people who asked for their money back and were expecting it a year ago, when will they receive their money?
Well, that I'm just literally on everything finding out. So I'm going to definitely get more.
That's the same with crypto, wouldn't you say? Idiots give it value, of course.
Although I wish I wasn't going back in time and buy Bitcoin in 2009.
Be part of the cogs.
Hey, when it sold it last year, you know how much money we'd be sitting on.
Lots of monies.
Auto mod.
Yeah.
Involved in to figure out what that's about, but we do have instruments in place to make sure those people are happy. Even if I gotta go in my own
a lot worse.
Yeah,
I'm
that
dead
makes
serious.
sense.
You'll pay out of your own pocket.
Hell yeah, I would, because they believed in me. Why wouldn't I?
Okay, that was kind of an evil laugh, and I couldn't find any proof of him.
Yes, believe in me because I say so. Like, these kind of things are just too many. Like, how can you trust? It seemed like a good, sweet idea, and then it's like, nah, you gotta make it worse, and it's not about the people anymore. It's about you. It's all about you, making you more money. What?
You're getting auto-modded on Kick.
Paying anyone back. So, take that how you want, but he's claiming he had no idea there was problems with the refunds, which, I mean, you know, if you're running some cryptocurrency project, it seems like, number one, that's something that shouldn't really happen, but if it is happening, you should probably be aware of that. Obviously, it just gets worse because the coin eventually crashed to fractions of a cent, representing essentially like a complete loss for all the investors. And currently, Akon isn't even listed on any cryptocurrency exchange. You can't buy, sell, or use it anywhere. It's completely worthless. While that was going on over here, what was happening with the actual construction of the city? Well, if you want the short answer, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look at this. This is an embarrassment.
That was their attempt to build these weird buildings.
Yeah. $6 billion, there you go.
It almost seems like the entire Akon City project was announced and promoted so they could pump and dump a crypto coin. Keyword, seems like. Don't sue me. I don't know. I'm just calling a spade over here. But obviously, remember those futuristic renderings and promises of a completed phase 1 by 2024? Yeah, there's a picture that recently went viral showing the current state of Akon City, and it's depressing.
That's all. Look, they got home for the cows.
Oh, poor cows.
They got home for the cow.
Yeah,
And that's putting
barn.
it lightly. And apparently this building is a recreational center. An unfinished recreational center. Nice. $6 billion. And this is all they got. I've seen Amish people put up a house in like 48 hours. Meanwhile, this is what we got for $6 billion.
Yeah, no, that's truly a scam there. If that's all you got for $6 billion, that's it. It's not even finished. A small too.
That's what the recreational center.
That's supposed to be.
So the cows have got their own city.
The cows got a $6 billion house.
I mean, hey, at least construction has begun. The first phase was supposed to be built on 55 hectares of land, eventually expanding to 500 hectares by the end of the decade. Instead, we got one building and a bunch of empty fields. So Senegal's tourism board, SAPCO, was actually backing the project, and they were initially all in on.
We believe in Akon City, and we are all supporting Akon, so the Akon City will come to life, said me, Alonso Shaw, CEO of SAPCO.
Amish are a different breed of people. Yeah.
It will attract tourists and investors in the region, and SAPCO is finally committed to the success of the project. Yeah.
Supporting Akon. However, by 2024, SAPCO allegedly began to lose patience with the lack of progress. They reportedly sent Akon a formal notice that if the project hasn't advanced by the end of the year, his contract would be terminated. And looking at this single house that's sitting on this plot of land, it looks like that's exactly what happened. Because according to blackenterprise.com in August of 2024, Akon was warned that missing deadlines and payment schedules to SAPCO could result in forfeiture of the property.
Celestian Scafto gave Akon 2 weeks to begin work on the development, risk forfeiting the land in Mobed, I can't read that, about 80 kilometers, 50 miles southwest of capital, Dhaka. Most of the land was reclaimed after Akon missed payments to Scafto. Uh-oh.
And since Akon missed those payments, most of the land was reclaimed by the government. Okay, so we have this guy whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I don't want to offend him. But he's the head of SAPCO, and he made it official. I guess instead of this like new futuristic mega city, SAPCO is now planning to spend about $1.2 billion transforming this area into a more traditional tourism hub, featuring...
So SAPCO now plans to spend 66.5 billion CF finances 1.2 billion, turning the area into a transit hub with hotels, apartments, a marina, and promenade connecting the areas to nearby Laguna. The goal is to make Mobile a true engine engage of growth, according to whatever words.
Hotels, apartments, a marina, and a promenade connecting a nearby lagoon. So the government expects a new plan to create approximately 15,000 jobs in the first phase, a figure that may actually materialize, unlike, the Akon City promise. So Mayor Alpha Sam seemed pretty relieved about this new direction, saying, in quote, "May this resort serve as a model for success in Senegal, a hub of tourism and a source of economic opportunity." And Jean Wally Seen, a local school teacher and resident, probably summed up how everyone was feeling. For a very long time, people, including Akon, have been coming and trying to sell us dreams and illusions. Finally, there's a dream for Mubadeen that we dare to believe in. But ultimately, in a surprising turn of events, during a recent interview on Mina's House podcast, Akon claims the reports about the city construction being canceled are simply media misinformation.
Okay, so ultimately it turns out he was taking too long and wasting too much money So they took back the land from him, and now they're actually trying to do something, and he is still determined to make himself sound good, that everything's hunky-dory and fine.
Yeah, and he's pretty much trying to save face.
Yeah, sure.
And that despite any article, the project is still ongoing.
Listen, I got teams on it trying to combat all the negative, false information that these people are putting out. And just last week, we had over 23 million false ads on Akon City, just negative.
Where is that coming from?
It's the agendas, the powers that be.
Ah.
That's how it works.
It sounds like
When they want to destroy something that can change the minds of, or the mindset of people, that's how they do it. Through the media.
So according to Akon, all of the reporting from BBC News and all the other outlets about the project being canceled is merely propaganda intended to discredit the project and discredit Africa as a whole. Okay. He's not providing specific details about the...
Okay, I get where he's playing that card. He's playing that card. Even though... so, he literally had land taken from him because he was missing payments.
Yeah. So basically ran a crypto scam, used his land as kind of an asset, and then pay off his bills.
construction progress, timelines, or address the fact that Sapco has officially stated the project no longer exists. Instead, he's talking about dreams becoming reality and saying there's some sort of coordinated misinformation campaign against him. Akon at this point is just kind of coming across as the embodiment of this meme.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
Which at this point is kind of depressing because you can just add him to the list as another person who's taking advantage of Africa as a continent. Because overall as a continent, it's just sadly so disgustingly plagued by corruption and scammery. Even though it's worth recognizing all the initiatives that Akon has undertaken on the continent over the last few years, especially with his Lighting Africa project, that was not only successful, it actually helped millions of people. But either way, it is just undeniable on how hard Akon fumbled Akon City. He fumbled it so hard that it just does not look good at all. Because at the end of the day, Akon City feels like a classic case of someone getting carried away with their past success and biting off way more than what they could chew. And
okay, so ultimately, do you think he was truly trying to scam, or was it just the biting off more than he could chew, and now he's just trying to save face because he doesn't want to admit that he foofed up?
I'm gonna go with scam.
You feel like it was just a scam the whole time?
Yeah.
And that is honestly the best case scenario. The worst case scenario would be, you know, a full-on scam. But who knows? I don't have enough information to make a full judgment here, but it doesn't look good. And unfortunately, I guess dreams can also sometimes just be dreams, and turning them into reality requires more than just some good intentions and celebrity status. And for the people of Senegal who was hoping this project was going to bring jobs and economic development to their region, well, at least the new government's plan seems more realistic and might actually happen. Or maybe it might just be another rinse and repeat. Who knows? Maybe we'll check back in with a new video 5 years from now. But either way, that's how Akon's $6 billion future city became a single building in an empty field. And how
single building for cows to live in. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this video. I think we are going to be ending stream here. We're going to go right in to see whoever is on.
Oh, Kirsta's on.
Kirsta's on. We're going to right into Kirsta. You all have a wonderful day. We will be back tomorrow for one more stream before Trucker Man and I take off for convention. But love you all. Take care. Welcome to anyone here who's just hanging out. And take care. Yeah, bye. Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss.